Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining me today. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, do all those things. Appreciate you being here. In today's video, we have an open box video that contains world coins from a couple of places that you may have already seen before. If you've been around the channel before, we had a video on some 1930s smaller minor coins that came from things like this little really early mail order item, which was kind of cool. And then also an older collection which had some coins in it that were graded Unk, priced at $6, $8. Let's see. No, that's not in there. That's not. Yeah, that's in there. $7.50 Unk. What was this guy here? Nope. Don't know where those went. Russian rubles in there. I gotta wonder if I still have these somewhere. Okay, so. For those of you keeping track at home, these coins were shipped out in April, and now it is September. Basically, by now, the baby's been born, baptized, named, signed, sealed, and delivered. So, NGC on their economy service is not making really strong headway. You can tell this is a newer holder. By the way, at the time of this video is making, they started doing these little QR codes, I believe in the last year, so end of 2023. And moving forward. So this piece, I had mentioned in the video that I had done. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it for now. Coin Condition Dilemma, I think was the name of that video, and the other video was a 1930s world coins. A lot of these coins in these old holders end up getting some PVC on them or something else like that. So I did not get any of them conserved by NGC. I did use some acetone to remove some little bit of surface inequalities, some surface stuff that needs to come off of there. So, but this coin's super cool with the toning, neat piece, and the collector originally had this marked at $8.50 and called it uncirculated. AU58 on this Germany 2 golden here. So this guy, pretty neat piece. I like that. You know, probably on these groups of coins here, I think we'll probably do mostly just auction on eBay and let them ride. Next up's the 1906. We might start the tallers at 75 bucks or something, but most of these are probably $150 type coins, I'd imagine, in the current market. So this 1906. I think I've got the paper for that. Was this guy here from Baden, Germany, 5 marks. They called this one uncirculated on this old holder. And this one's really tricky. It was in an old cellophane. Really, really nice luster under all of that toning. I would say that on a coin like this, they graded AU58. This is the wedding anniversary coin, which is kind of fun. 1856 to 1906, 50th anniversary. Congratulations! I didn't get him anything. So I'm not mad at the 58 grade. I think that I think in the original video I talked about how hard it is to tell when something's been in cellophane a long time. The luster is great, but that tone really hides over stuff, and those high points end up looking like wear. I tend to think that there were a number of coins that were labeled that weren't labeled correctly. They were labeled Unk, and they obviously weren't. This coin, I think, technically could be uncirculated. That's what I'm going to say with that coin. And next up, another coin that had some heavy tone to it. Now this one, I'm feeling a little bit like I should have got it conserved professionally, just to. I see. Now here's the thing. The Coin Dilemma video was all about, like, what do you do when you get this type of toning to something? Because, when people say that toning is environmental damage, you start looking at coins like this and you say, okay, well, I kind of understand what they're saying on some of the coins. Like this coin here, when the toning becomes kind of heavy and it looks like it's into the metal, because I feel like if they tried to remove anything from this coin, it would not come out great. Now this one, they did have also marked as uncirculated. This coin also came back AU58. I do think this coin was actually technically uncirculated when it went into that holder. Just looking at the coin overall. So, but that with that thick tone, once again, you know, what are the graders supposed to do? Next up, Russians have rubles. Russians have rubles. We had this, they had called this coin a very fine, and it actually, I mean, that holder called it a very fine. It actually has quite a bit of detail to it. Once again, a very intriguing coin because of the combination of toning. I will once again say that from this coin, if you saw the video, I was worried about these lines on here, which I considered them to be hopefully die adjustment marks, which is when they take the die and they scrape it down to the proper weight, and then when you strike it, the lines are kind of left there. They chose to call this tooling. Obverse tooled AU details. Really a cool looking piece though, still, despite all of its problems. Yeah. Despite all of its problems, a really neat looking piece. And these coins are pretty hard to get in higher grade. I think, you know, how many of these coins must have been, you know, melted back down again, right? It just seems to me like you would have had quite a few things that would have been melted down. All right, next up, we get to some of that cool 1930s and 40s older coinage. This is Albania. And what's really fun about this coin is that it has a denomination which I don't think that I pointed out. So this is like a 10-cent piece, basically, and it is actually 0.10 is the actual denomination on the coin. So instead of being 1 lek, you know, instead of having like a lower denomination than a lek, it'd be like, instead of having a dime being called a 10-cent piece, if it was just called $0.1, right? And so that is what this coin is actually on the label too, 0.1 lek. What a cool coin. MS64, 1940, Albania. So really, some of my favorite designs are going to be from those 30s and 40s. This has a little bit of a green tone to it. Cool piece. What's next? What's next? Oh, yep. Here we go. Albania. 1935. So this is a different era. Kindar. This is a 1 Kindar. Probably not how it's pronounced. Nice uncirculated coin, but has a lot of just kind of a little bit of spotting to it on that piece. 1935. Good luster though still. MS62 red brown. Next up, Sarawak. Oh, I think there was just the one Sarawak coin. I think this is the one that was in this holder here. Undoubtedly, C.V. Brooke was native to Sarawak when he became Raja. I don't know. I don't know the history. I'm just being a little bit of a smart aleck right there. I guess I should learn about Sarawak before I say things, or I can have fun. MS64 red, half-cent, beautiful coin. I find stuff like this just absolutely fascinating. Design actually very, very similar to US with the little wreath on the back. Very basic outline. Really cool piece. All right, next up, we're going to Guatemala for a coin 1932, also a half a cent. And these guys have the Quetzal on it. That would be the bird. One of my favorite reverses to a coin, because it reminds me almost of like a Coca-Cola sign. Medio centavo de Quetzal. Look at that. Pretty neat piece, and that's an MS64 on that piece. You know, these type of coins are the type of coins people usually don't spend the money or apparently time to get graded, but I just thought I've got to send these in and take a look and see how they do. Another really cool piece from the 30s. This is going to be the Republic of Liberia. If you collect elephants, now's your chance, folks. You don't have to wait to get an ancient coin with one on it. Here's a coin from the 30s from Liberia. And you've got a lot of different little things going on the reverse design here. NGC MS64. I think a lot of these smaller minor coins are probably, you know, $50 to $100 type coins in the marketplace. We'll see a lot of these. Maybe we'll start some of these at just 1 cent, no reserve, and let you guys have fun with them. I'm very fond of this little guy here, 1934. George V, King and Emperor of India, Jamaica, farthing. Now I need to double check and make sure that all the Jamaican coins have that title on there. King of India, hello. Ego much? Look at that. Yeah, interesting. Well, I'm asking to myself out loud right here just whether or not these have a mule to them, or if they all say the King of India. So for some of these countries, you know, where they have the ruler had multiple countries, sometimes the obverse and reverse don't match up on a coin, and that becomes what they call a mule. All right, back to Mexico, 1933, 5 centavos. And just a fun piece. I haven't really complained at all about the grading yet. You're welcome. But don't worry. MS63 red brown. Felt like this is just kind of a... I don't know. This coin's really nice. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say it's really nice. And if you see it in person, you'll really like it. You might offer to buy it a drink. That's how much I think you'll like it. All right, and a 1933 1 centavo as well, which is also lovely. And I'm also not going to complain about the grade on this coin. MS64 red brown. Between these two coins, the 5 centavo I think is the prettier coin. I'm going to use the term pretty. That is a technical numismatic term. Deal with it, folks. All right, last but not least, I have a couple of caballitos which were not in any preview video that I'm aware of, or previous video. This coin here, a little bit on the bright side. I sent it in anyway because we're sending it on the economy. I knew that it would come back cleaned, but I thought it was actually decent enough grade that it would be nice to have it in a holder, certified, someone can enjoy it. They still trade $150 plus range usually on these guys in this condition. Even cleaned. The caballito just struck for a few years in Mexico. That was their peso coin. That would be the horse rider here. The caballito is the nickname for the coin. Caballito, 1910. And oh man, speaking of caballitos, so this one, not as happy with the outcome on this here fella. So this one came also, I think, from an older holder. It's got that look to it. And I was kind of expecting to come back a middle VF. VF details, reverse spot removed. By the way, the 1911, this is the long ray version. I'd have to go grab a book to tell you the difference between the long ray and short ray, which ray it is. Yeah, I'd have to go take a look-see. Reverse spot removed. I think they're referencing just over the center here where it gets a little bit brighter. I think that is the spot. I'm kind of glancing again to see. But this one I was hoping would straight grade, and it did not. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to let bygones be bygones. So thanks so much for being here today. Appreciate it. If you're looking for some of these coins that are in the videos, you can always check down in the show notes. If you click on the video title, it drops down a menu, and you can click on the link to find the coin. Also, of course at oldpueblocoin.com and our website, you can find stuff there as well and not have to pay the eBay prices, which are usually higher, except for in a video like this where some of them are going to auction. All right, you already checked out. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.